Hey everybody, this is Mike with 412 Outdoor Guy. I just want to give everybody an update. I have a video out there showing a quick mod that I made to the AM Steel retractable aider for the Skeletor climbing stick. My old version used a couple small bungee hooks to kind of pull tension on the aider, which caused the hosing part of the step to pop out away from the tree, and it works really well the way I did it the first time, but I didn't really like the way it packed away. There was a little bit of complexity, too many moving pieces, so I have a new version. It's much more simple, easy to use, and packs away really nicely. Let me show you. Okay, so here is the new simplified version of the Skeletor aider modification. So here you can see the AM Steel aider right here with the fuel hose that creates a nice step for your feet. One of the problems is this kind of hangs next to the tree, makes it difficult to get your foot in. So in my previous version, I was using some little bungee hooks right in here to attach it down to the Skeletor below. What I've done is I've actually removed that. I have one long piece of bungee cord here. You can see it goes down and up around, and then I connect it to the actual aider with these little kind of button things that you use for adjustments. So I kind of put it through there twice so that it can't slip down, and you can see that that's attached on the back of the aider. And then this bungee cord this time, instead of using anything else right here or nothing to hook onto, I just made it long enough that it actually comes down around and attaches on to the actual Skeletor AM Steel button. So you can see that's how it is. You know, that's how these things have a tendency to sit when you're climbing it. And when I add the tension onto it with this bungee cord, put it down here below the button, you can see how nice it kicks out the step here to make it so that you can climb up and down. So I was doing some testing again this morning. I have 3 of them up there, pushing like 15, 16 feet at the top of the third one up there with just 3 Skeletors. And on my bottom Skeletor, I actually run an AM Steel Guy 3-step aider. So with just 3 of these, I'm already up at like 15, 16 feet up there, which is pretty good for just 3 of them. So I'm going to take these down and I'll show you kind of how they pack away later on. Okay, we are inside now, so I can give everybody a little closer look at how my aider modification actually works and what the materials are I used to create this. So here we have our Skeletor with the retractable aider attached, and you can see this is the part that I've added to the retractable aider. This is a piece of black bungee elastic cord, and then the bungee elastic cord is attached onto the AM Steel next to the fuel line on each side, and it creates this triangle. And then this is what we actually stretch down and attach to the Skeletor below on the tree. So what this is just some plain black elastic bungee cord that I bought off Amazon. And then I bought some of these little plastic buttons. They have these 2 holes in it, and when you squeeze the button part on top, it aligns the 2 things. When you let go, the spring pinches whatever's in there. So when I'm attaching it onto the AM Steel, I take the button piece, squeeze it down, put the elastic through one of the 2 holes, and then you are left with something that looks like this. Then you take it, you go around your AM Steel and put it back through this little connector, and you form this loop, and this is where the AM Steel would be. And then when you pull on it, you can see that attaches itself really well. It doesn't slide, not for the amount of pressure that we're putting on this. I've actually taken this little tag end and put it back up through the one side to make it a little tighter, but I'm not sure that's even necessary. So the way I have this set up, this piece that goes from the fuel line down, this triangle, each one of these sides, this is about 12 inches from where the little attachment is to what would be the point at the bottom. So this is at least about 24 inches, and then you need a few inches on each side to wrap it around the amp seal and come back through the little button. And then you're left with this kind of setup. So one of the really nice things about this is, what I was trying to do also was to kind of clean up the overall method of attachment. So I wanted to get rid of those little bungee hooks. I wanted everything to be something that you could do with gloves on if you needed to. Those little bungee hooks were kind of hard to deal with. It's cold up here in Pennsylvania in the winter. A lot of times I'm hunting with gloves on, or mittens maybe to keep my hands warm, and I need something that I don't have to be fiddling around with little tiny pieces. So one of the nice things though is that when we do retract the aider, so we'll use the standard retracting method. So we pull the cord up, we loop it up over these two bolts that are at the top that we install as part of the kit. So this is the standard way that the retractable aider would be after you retract it. If I take this now and kind of pull the step up between, and then take the elastic and go back up over those two bolts, this is what I end up with as my retracted aider. So the actual fuel line part is held up out of the way. Nothing hangs below the bottom of the standard Skeletor. A really nice, clean way to carry the Skeletors. And then when we have more of these, so here's a second one that has the same aider installed, and we stack them using the standard Skeletor stacking pins. Nothing gets in the way for you to do that, so you can just slide these on, and there you can see how nice and clean that is. Nothing's hanging down, there's nothing hanging off the bottom, just the Skeletors. So that's another added advantage of this modification I've made to the retractable aiders. So I will put a link in the description for the items that I bought on Amazon. Thanks for watching, and leave me any comments if you have questions about this.